Okay, and welcome back to the 2.0 version of the free contract killer course. Hope you guys are loving this so far. This is the 5th video, and as you can see, this is no bullshit. I'm not going off and telling stories and trying to explain things and give my internal thoughts. Been doing nothing but this stuff for 2 years, seen a lot of things, and it's time to get down to business. So this is an all business course now. If you're looking for something more, I don't know, all over the place, then the first course is probably going to be a better bet for you. So let's keep going. This is action, man. Action, action, action. We're going to have so much action after this. 2.0 is going to be an action explosion all over the place, and I'm loving it. I'm going to love it, okay? So this one here is we're going to go through a bunch of forms and a bunch of form stuff, right? So this one here, there's nothing legally forcing you to fill out literally any forms, ever. You don't need to fill out anything, ever. All forms are templates. You can change them. You can cross things out. That's why they're trying to digitize a lot of things to try to prevent people from doing that. Even if they digitize things, you can fill it out, and then you can immediately send them a novation right afterward in the mail. There's absolutely nothing they can do to stop you from changing any contract you want, anytime you want, clarifying information, clarifying value and consideration, destroying the contract, novating the contract. No one can stop you from that at any point in time ever for absolutely any reason, just to be very, very clear. All forms are templates. Okay? The only one that, the passport application form, we're going to go into later how to fill that out. If you fuck around with that form a little bit too much, they will just, they say right on it, if you fuck with the form at all, we're just going to say fuck you, and we're just going to keep your money and not approve your, that one specifically is a little bit tricky. Besides that, almost everything else on the whole planet, all forms are templates. Okay? And even the DS11 to some degree is a template, but it's a little bit more, they're a little bit more picky about that one. So we're going to go through some of the forms. I'm going to fill them out with you, and we'll explain some things. The most important thing of all is on the last course, the first course, I described something called the W-4T, and it's like a W-4 termination form. Don't use that. It's not been successful. Don't use that. That's a canceled item from the first course. Again, do not use the W-4T. Do not pull up the W-4T. Do not fill out the W-4T. Do not give it to anyone. The W-4 is fine. The W-4T is bullshit. I wish I would have never said that on the first course, so do not use that. I'll cover that again later in the video because I want to make specifically sure. I got 95,000 people, I think, signed up for the first course. So, I want to make sure that all of that is cleaned up. There's a few points in this course as regards to the first course that need to get handled. This W-4T thing is one of the bigger aspects that need to get addressed. So I want to be very clear about that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, let's say you have a job and you want to get out of taxation and all that good stuff. Okay. There's 2 different forms, and I didn't go over the second one in the first course, but I went over this one. We have the W-8BEN, which is for individuals, quote unquote. And then we have the W-8EXP. So the W-8BEN is for foreign individuals, which we already covered. Who knows what that means? And the W-8EXP is for foreign entities. Foreign governments, organizations, bunch of stuff, right? So a foreign trust, like the trust that we're making, if you were to contract with someone and they wanted a W-9, you're never ever going to give anybody a W-9 ever again, to contract on behalf of your trust. Yeah, trust operates the same way as a business. So when you say, I have a business, you would just say, I have a trust. A trust called Awesome Roofing Trust. It operates exactly the same as Awesome Roofing Incorporated. It's the exact same fucking thing. Rather than being a board of director or rather than being a CFO, you're just a trustee. Same shit, bro. Makes no difference. Oh, are you the CFO? No, I'm a trustee. Oh, it's a trust? Yes. Oh, can you do all the same stuff in an incorporation as you can in a trust? Yes. It's the same thing. You just don't say you're a CFO or a CMO or a CEO, all this bullshit, or a cocksucker, CSO, cocksucker officer. You're not an officer of anything. An officer is referring to officer of the federal corporation. You're not an officer of anything, okay? We're going to cover that in some shocking details here in this video. So a trust would be a W-8EXP, and then quote-unquote individual, which is hilarious, which is just an ens legis of your name in all capital letters, would be the W-8BEN, right? Now, there's a couple ways you can fill this out. There's a bunch of different ways you can fill this out, right? Name of individual who is the beneficial owner. Beneficial owner is also SESTA KV, see? So let's say you wanted to fill this out on behalf of your trust or SESTA KV trust or your ens legis or whatever you want to call it, right? Country of citizenship. I don't know. You could put in here nation of the Amnesty Coalition. You can put in here whatever you want. Permanent address. Now this is your naturalization address. 123 Purple Monkey Lane, or whatever else you want to create or make up, right? City or town is going to be Pickle-Taria, and that's going to be in the nation of the Amnesty Coalition. Mailing address is going to be P.O. Box 1962. That's going to be Glendale, California. They want the postal code 912. Now people are concerned, and they put the box code. I know people do the box code, where they put boxes around things, right? A P.O. box does not establish residency. You cannot live inside of a P.O. box physically. So you don't need to, I know a lot of people, they put these boxes, and I've heard a lot of this, and I used to do this in the old course. I don't do that anymore. I don't see the point, right? And if you don't have a P.O. box, you can put C/O 123 First Street, Glendale. And it doesn't matter. You could put the boxes, you could put this in here if you want, like this, which means like not included in the contract or whatever, but I don't think that's really necessary. It just looks more confusing. CO, people know what that means. CO means I don't live here, I don't reside here, I don't domicile here, I just receive mail here. It's really simple, right? But for me, I highly recommend that you get a P.O. box or some kind of digital box or mailbox or something that receives mail. Ideally someplace where people can't actually live, in my opinion. Someplace where mail can be received where a body cannot be domiciled. Like it's all just mailboxes, or it's a mail house, or a private mail house, or a digital something, just something, anything is ideal, right? Country is going to be like, I don't know, USA, whatever. Now, if you're filing this W-8BEN on behalf of the all caps ens legis, you would put the SSN, the Social Security number. The Social Security number is only for the ens legis. So if I was writing this on behalf of this guy, which happens to be me, this would be NA, it'd be foreign. Oh, foreign. God damn it. Foreign. No SSN. You could handwrite it into foreign or no SSN or NA, anything like that would be fine. But if the problem is if you do it on behalf of the ens legis, what they're going to do is they're going to plug the Social Security number into the computer, and then now, even though you're going to be federal and state, or federal for sure, and then probably state income tax exempt, they'll still take Social Security out of your paycheck, and there's a lot of difficulties with getting that fixed. So if you want to do it this way, you would put name of individuals, you would put your name in not all caps. You'd fill it out like this. You'd do NA or foreign. Foreign identification number. I don't know what that is. We're going to skip that. Date of birth. This one's going to be your actual human date of birth if you're going to use the human name. And claim of tax treaty benefits. I certify that the beneficial owner is a resident of the nation of the Amnesty Coalition. Special rates and conditions. Article, we're going to put NA here, or you can just kind of make up whatever. A claim of 0% tax withholding on what type of income? Everything. All income. As per the revocation, oops, this is cutting me off here, so we'll go down here. As per the revocation of election, certified mail number, and then you're going to put your revocation of election. So if we go to the revocation of election document, let me find it here. Revocation of election to be treated as a resident alien for the purposes of determining your income tax liability. You're going to go down to... I will pause the video if I can't find this super rapidly, but I'm sure I can. And I haven't done any singing for you guys yet. So on the first course, I do a lot of singing. Okay, here it is. The tax treaty between the Amnesty Coalition and the United States is very simple. There will be no taxes removed or paid under any circumstances. This line clarifies any aspect of any W-8BEN that may be submitted by myself or any other ambassador of the Amnesty Coalition. There are no citizens of the Amnesty Coalition, only ambassadors, right? So that's where the information is coming from for this. So if you want to type in the certified mail number of when you sent in that revocation of election, you could do it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. I believe that's 4. I believe it's 12 digits, right? If you want to do it, I'm just making this up. I don't fill out any of these things anymore. Everyone knows that you don't make Brandon fill these things out or he'll sue you. So it's very simple, right? As per the revocation of election, certified mail, blah, blah, blah. Tax treaty. In that document is clear that a 0% tax rate will be administered. I don't know. That's fine to me. I certify that I have the capacity to sign for the person identified. Again, authorized signature. See? Signature of beneficial owner or individual authorized to sign for beneficial owner. So they're tricking you. Everything's a trick, right? And you can read all this, right? Income not effectively connected with the conduct of a trade or business in the United States. Ding, 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 ding. Let me remind you, dear viewer, that the definition of the term, now it's a term. It's not two different words, trade or business. It's a single term, trade or business. 26 U.S.C. 7701 subsection A26 includes the performance of the functions of a public office. So what are they asking you here? Income not effectively connected with the conduct of public office inside of the corporation called the United States, which is located in the District of Columbia. Right, so you can check this box right here, right? Now, when you sign, oh my God, what is this? When you sign this, right? Now, I taught you one way to sign, which is without prejudice, which means like I retain all of my rights, I do this, I do that. Now, there's another way you can sign called without recourse, which we're going to get into a lot more. It's more of a financial thing. We're going to get into it more later, right? So without recourse, when it comes to the one party cannot obtain adequate relief, even if there's a lawsuit, right? So it's like you can't sue me, bro. Once you take this, you can't sue me for any sort of non-performance. It's basically like the ultimate insurance policy to write without recourse. It means like no matter what I do involving this, like there's never ever anything you can do to me or fuck with me or do anything with me ever, right? So without prejudice is I retain all of my rights. Without recourse is you can never sue me, and I may or may not ever perform on any of this. Performance without recourse can be used for a performance contract, and it can also be used for a financial contract, right? Which we're going to get into the financial stuff way later. I don't want to get into that now. I really don't. It's a lot. It's not that bad, but it's going to be a whole section of the course, okay? So if you want to be extra careful when it comes to anything with the IRS that could be contracting you into any sort of financial or performance-based contract, you can write on here without prejudice, and you can write on here without recourse. And then you would put BY colon. I don't even know if you can sign as password, text for signing, reason, create. What is this? I'm trying to see it. This is, I don't know what this is. I don't use, let me just take a quick peek at this. I don't know what this is. I'm just going to cancel this out. But without prejudice, without recourse, you'd put both of those terms in here. By colon, Brandon Joe Williams, comma, man. That's how I would do it, right? Because the man is not a U.S. person, is not connected with the conduct of a trade or business in the United States, is not involving income effectively connected with the conduct of a trade or business in the United States that's subject under applicable income tax treaty. It's not this, it's not this, it's not this, it's not any of these things. And you're certifying under penalty of perjury that you declare that and have examined the information on this form, and to the best of your knowledge and belief, it is true, correct, and complete, right? And then you would put the date, and then print name of signer. You would put Brandon Joe Williams, man. And let me just check and see. This might be a bit low on the video. My head might be in the way on this one. I do apologize. It's Brandon space Joe space Williams, comma, man. Man is just all lowercase, and then B and Brandon is capitalized, J and Joe is capitalized, and W and Williams is capitalized. And again, without recourse and without prejudice would both be in here. And then by, B-Y, colon, and then you would sign, not block letters, but like, sometimes they freak out. Like the Department of State freaks out if you just put block letters for the signature in the DS-11. I don't know why. Technically, the word signature means any symbol or anything. It could even be like a slash. It could be anything, right? We can even cover that now. What is the legal definition of a signature, right? And they have a definition in the Uniform Commercial Code, right? It could be a mark, such as initials, a stamp, a printed name. A full legal signature includes a person's first and last name written consistently and recognized. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's here's Black's Law from the Ghost website that's been killed because of probably us. The act of writing one's name upon a deed, note, contract, or other instrument, either to identify or authenticate it or to give validity as to one's own act. A signature could be anything, man. I'm telling you. Signature, here we go. UCC 3, which we're going to get into later in the course. Please don't get overwhelmed by this. Let me see. A signature may be made manually or by means of a device or machine, and the use of any name, including a trade or assumed name, or by a word, mark, or symbol, executed or adopted by the person with present intention to authenticate a writing. See, this is why I love the Uniform Commercial Code. You guys are going to see later on in the course, I get into this in great detail. The code is very complicated, very in-depth, and very specific. But boy, when you start to really get into the definitions and the ideas as to why it's so crazy and specific like that, you won't be using anything else, brother. Let me tell you, the UCC is my favorite, by far my favorite. I love it. I am a sexual madman when it comes to the Uniform Commercial Code. I love it. Love it. I am a big fan. I don't think the Uniform Commercial Code is actually law. I think it's actually art, which I know is probably the most batshit thing anyone's ever said, which I say a lot of batshit things, but I'm telling you, the UCC is just, I love it so much, bro. Anyways, we'll cover that later in the course, okay? So getting back into this, that's how you'd sign this, okay? And if you wanted to put the ens legis here, then, you know, you can naturalize the ens legis wherever you want. You can naturalize it to Pickletaria, whatever you want. And then the date of birth of the ens legis would be the date that it was processed by the local health officer, which is for me February 14th, 1986. And then if you were going to use the ens legis, then you would put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You would put in the Social Security number. The problem is if you do that, your employer will take Social Security out of your paycheck, which is totally unnecessary. There's no reason to do that. So if you put your own name and your own birthday, then you don't have to worry about 1980. I love using the numpad. I'm so happy I changed out the so annoying. And then, you know, again, this is just me writing stuff and doing stuff, and you can do it however you want, and templates are all, you could cross all this shit out, and you could draw a giant dick right here, you know, splooging all over like a titty here. You could do, I'm telling you, bro, you could do anything you want, bro. I'm telling you. That's why they're digitizing everything, because they want you to think as though you can't. It's all an illusion. Okay, let's move on to, again, note, do not use the W-4T form. I'm going to say that over and over again in this video. Do not use the W-4T. It's not going to get you in trouble per se, but it's not going to get you results. It's pointless and worthless. Do not use the W-4T. Okay, let's move on to the next section here. We're going to do the W-8EXP. So if you were to hire or work with or contract with cool as a cucumber ministry trust, which is found in country of incorporation or organization. Well, incorporation wouldn't fit for this, but organization would. So that's okay. We'll put nation of the Amnesty Coalition. No problem. Type of entity, right? So I don't know if I went over it in the first course or in the first, I think I did the first few videos. We have the definition of a foreign government, 18 U.S.C. 11. Includes any government, faction, or body of insurgents within a country with which the United States is at peace, irrespective of recognition by the United States. And then we also have 18 U.S.C. 112, which is protection of foreign officials, official guests, and internationally protected persons. Talking about nationals and diplomatic immunity. And for the purpose of this section, foreign government, foreign official, internationally protected person, international organization, national of the United States, and official guest shall have the same meaning as those provided in section 1116B. And we click on 1116B, and we have this other section. And foreign government means the government of another country, irrespective of recognition by the United States. We have a chief of state or political equivalent, president, vice president, prime minister, ambassador, foreign minister, or other officer of a foreign government is a foreign official. So I would be a foreign official most of the time with all of my interactions, right? Internationally protected person means a chief of state or the political equivalent, head of government, or foreign minister. So I would be an internationally protected person as well. I think a lot of this is just based on peace, international organization, right? Based on this other thing, and we can get into that. Official guest means a citizen or national of a foreign country present in the United States as an official guest. So you could use that one. And then we have national of the United States, which is the same meaning as we saw before. 8 U.S.C. 1101 subsection A22, which is A, a citizen of the United States, or B, a person who, though not a citizen of the United States, owes permanent allegiance to the United States, which, bingo, I got it memorized, right? So these are the terms that they are using on the W-8EXP form, right? Foreign government, international organization. So we can use any of these. We can use foreign tax exempt organization, as far as I know. I don't know of any special definition on that. Foreign private foundation would be okay. Foreign government would be okay for me. International organization would be okay for me. Foreign central bank of issue, that one would not work. Government of a U.S. territory. U.S. territory is defined as Guam, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, American Samoa. No, that one would not work for me. And then I don't know what the fuck this is. So I would just probably do foreign governments or international organization. I don't know. Foreign government's fine. Whatever. International organization's fine. Look into these more and find out which one. But you got like 4 different ones to choose from. Foreign tax exempt organization. That one sounds pretty good. Chapter 4 status, FATCA status. I don't know. International organization sounds good. I'd probably just click that one. I mean, I don't think any of these other ones look too appealing. Or foreign government. That one looks pretty appealing. But international organization. Let's go back to this and just take a look at what international organization means. Oh, geez. It means a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. I would look into that more. I'm not going to do that now on the show with you guys on this video. But, it'd be either foreign government or international organization, and then permanent address. Okay, here we go. 123 Purple Monkey Lane. Just so you guys know, the whole 123 Purple Monkey Lane thing, that came from the first course. I just literally just made that up. I didn't even, it just kind of came to me while we were doing the videos. And it just kind of, just kind of stuck. I don't know. I mean, same thing with pickles and cucumbers and, fuck you. And if you don't understand, go jam a pickle or a cucumber up your ass, you stupid fuck, and blah, blah, blah. That all just came out of just whatever. I was just doing the video and thought of stuff, and that's, boom. So, it just is what it is. 1962, that's going to be Glendale, California, 91209. Country is the glorious, I'm being a bit silly now, U.S. of A. I love the United States, by the way. You guys, I don't know if maybe some of you who are new to this may not believe. They may believe as though I am going against the system and destroying the system and tearing the system down, and I'm the ultimate anarchist, when in fact I have a deep appreciation for the United States, as well as the United States of America, both countries. I am a big fan. I'm a big fan, man. Here I am, living in Southern California. I got bitches everywhere and beautiful girls and motorcycles and mountains, and I don't, go to Somalia. The Sultan of Slojamistan. You go to Somalia. You walk down the street as a white man with decent shit, you'll be killed, murdered, kidnapped, sold off, international markets, harvested for your organs. 15 minutes. You need an armed guard just to go down the street. And people are here in America going, fuck the government, fuck the IRS, and fuck all this, and burn everything to the ground, and blah, blah, blah. No. That's not where I'm at all. When I say I'm at peace and I say I'm a peaceful person in a peaceful nation, I'm not kidding, bro. I'm thrilled. Some things need to be corrected, and I work for free. I work for free. I'm a volunteer helper. I'm a foreign volunteer helper to help and assist the United States to correct areas of this thing, this corporation, that happens to be operating as completely rogue agencies and is damaging and harming and putting the future of the United States at risk of the populace within North America actively attacking, destroying, and burning the United States. In fact, I'm the guy who wants to protect Washington D.C. from being burned to the ground. There's a lot of upset, man, going on right now. A lot of people would love to nothing more than just to burn Washington D.C. to the ground, and I just don't. I don't want to do that. I don't think that's necessary. I think a lot of this stuff and these forms are all very clear, and it's just a matter of us gaining control over our contractual world, redefining our own ideas of value and consideration, and being clear and communicating with a very clear, concise, unemotional intent. And I just really, I'm not playing games. I'm not just trying to act as though I'm a peaceful guy, blah, blah, blah. And then like secretly I want to burn down no. If I was living in some country where there was no United States Code and there was no CFR and there was none of these things, and I couldn't get any information and I had no idea, and it was all a smokescreen and it was all a fuck you, and the forms didn't make any sense, and there was no forms, and they would just come to your home if you didn't pay. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of additional levels above and beyond the quote-unquote tyranny that we're experiencing in the United States. I don't consider this tyranny at all. I mean, it's brilliant tyranny. It's psychological tyranny. But the real honest to God tyranny, we are not in an honest to God tyranny. In fact, I don't even like the idea of leaving the United States. Passport or not, I don't like the idea of leaving. I'm very comfortable here. My allegiance is to the United States and the United States of America in exchange for the protections that I receive as per the allegiance definition. I think people need to reevaluate what they have and go to Somalia. Go to Somalia for a week. You'll be kissing the fucking ground. You'll be jerking off to a sign that says State of California Franchise Tax Board. You'll be beaten off to it. Trust me. Anyways, that's my first time kind of going off on a little bit of a rant on this second course. I'm trying not to go there too much. So thank you for listening. So part 2 of the W-8BEN, we have foreign government. It's going into this long whatever bullshit about whatever. I don't know. What do we have here? Foreign tax exempt private foundations. Let's see. Well, this one's cool. If you do foreign tax exempt organization, there is no checkbox for that one. That's kind of fun. Foreign government, I certify that the entity identified in part 1 as a foreign government within the meaning of blah, 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 blah. We need to IRS section, I don't know, bro. IRS section 892. Let's see. IRS section 892. You guys get overwhelmed by this? For me, I get excited. It's a treasure hunt. Treasure hunt. You're going to put in a tiny bit of work here. You and I are going to go on a little bit of a treasure hunt. And then, boom, you're tax exempt forever. I mean, as long as you're positive you're sending this in and you feel good and you feel like you're not committing any sort of perjury or anything, you only need to do this once, twice, a few times. I mean, unless you're dealing with 100,000 different vendors, you put in an hour to go through these and see what it says. And then, I mean, I don't see it as a big deal at all. I mean, but whatever. Only a foreign government or international organization as defined, blah, excludes from gross income and exempts from U.S. taxation income a foreign government receives from investments in the United States in stocks, bonds, and other domestic securities. Financial instruments held in the... Okay, good. Okay. This is fascinating because a Federal Reserve note, and I'm not going to get into this now, so let me just rethink about how I want to say this. A security is essentially called a negotiable instrument. We're going to get into that later. A Federal Reserve note is an unconditional promise to pay between two parties. One party is United States, which is a person. The other party is Federal Reserve, which is a person. So technically speaking, Federal Reserve notes would be covered under the definition of domestic securities. And don't overthink that sentence I just said, please. We're going to get into all that later. Don't let what I just said derail you too much. Just, to me, just doing a quick review, that sounds okay for this. Let me just double check and see. We didn't check that box, so I'm actually going to move that box over. That sounds okay to me. That's a choice you're going to need to make. I am the government. So for me, that makes sense. But for you, maybe I would just check that box, and then I would go down and I wouldn't even check anything. I would just uncheck this and then just let number 13 ride. Foreign tax exempt organization. Foreign tax exempt. I might just let 13 ride and do foreign tax exempt organization for you guys. I don't know. This is complex for a reason, guys. Now, come on now. They don't want you to do this. And then part 3, qualification statement. Let's see here. What do we got? For a territorial financial institute, for a foreign government, including blah, 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 I certify that it's the beneficial owner of the payment and not engaged in commercial financial activities of a type engaged in by a insurance company, custodial institution, or depository institution in relation to. I mean, that sounds pretty good. I mean, I'd probably like looking at it a little bit more, but that one sounds pretty good. That one sounds pretty good. I'd look into this more. I mean, I really don't give a fuck. I'll do whatever, right? And then we have, I agree, blah, blah. I certify that I have the capacity to sign for the entity. Ooh, they used the word entity this time. So what's the entity? Cool, it's Cucumber Ministry Trust. Okay. And then I would do the same thing here, without prejudice, and then also without recourse, and then by BY colon. I wish I could figure out a way to show you guys what it would actually look like. Let me pause the video on this one. I'm actually going to show you guys this one. Let's pause the video. Okay, welcome back. I'm going to show this to you because I just feel like I think it'd be better just to show you. I'm trying to make this. So that line that we have on there, where did that line go? That line's over here, sign here. It's kind of long. It's a little bit fatter than the other one. So how would I do this? I'd probably, let's see. I'd probably do it like this. I would do without recourse, and then tab, and then I would do without prejudice. Maybe even like a couple tabs like this. Let's say it's like that wide. Let's say it ends like right here-ish. Let me just go back to this. Yeah, it's kind of a fat boy, right? So 2 up top like this, and then below that it would be by Brandon Joe Williams agent, and then for cool as a Cucumber Ministry Trust. I would do it probably like that. I mean, again, there's so many different ways you can do it, guys. I'm not telling you how to do it. You guys get so crazy with this shit and Brandon this and that. You need fluidity, man. You need fluidity. If you don't have fluidity, you're never going to be able to survive in this world. So if you're stuck up on it and you're fucking going crazy and all this, just do whatever. Just move forward and just start to gain more and more and more of a fluidity on this. If you don't have a fluidity, what are you going to do when you're in the courtroom and they ask you questions? You're the agent on behalf of this person. It's not a person within its own conversation, its own contract, but it's a person internationally with other nations like the United States. All right. That's how I would sign this. Print name. I would put Brandon Joe Williams agent, and then the date. Okay? Without prejudice is rough because they're going to have to prove a lot of shit. Without recourse means you can never sue me on this. Ever. The IRS is like, you didn't pay taxes and you signed this document, Bob. Like, whoa, buddy. Whoa. I signed that without recourse. You can't sue me. You can't do anything. It's actually glorious. Without recourse is glory. It's a glory hole. It's a mobile glory hole, let me tell you. Okay? So anyways, I think that's the end of the EXP. Let me just check here. If you want to get into all this, I mean, again, it's a lot to learn. Yeah, you might spend 6 hours going through this and looking up everything. But bro, by the end, no entity that you ever make for the rest of your life is going to pay taxes. I mean, if that's not worth 5 or 6 hours of your time, why are you here? That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay? Okay. Let's get into the next part of this. So we got a lot of people who have jobs who submit W-8BENs. We got people losing their jobs. We got nightmare situations left, right, and center. So let's say you submit a W-8BEN and an I-9. Well, actually, let's go through the I-9 first then, because you got to submit an I-9 with your W-8BEN. You got to submit an I-9 no matter what you do. You should always submit an I-9. I didn't do this in the first course because I didn't understand. So let's fill out an I-9 for the same entity that's not the ens legis. Okay. 123 Purple Monkey Lane. And that's going to be city or town, Pickle, Taria. It's not letting me do much here. Let's see if we can... Okay. I would do 5 zeros here. Date of birth is going to be my actual human date of birth. 123, 123, 123, 4 or whatever for that. Slave.com. Come on now. Okay. This is by the way, this is a phone line for appointments only. So if you are under the delusion that you can just randomly annoy the fuck out of me, don't. I will probably block your number. If I block your number, you can never call or text ever again. So don't do that. I have to protect my personal time. I spend 2 hours on average just answering horse shit. Again, I'm going to do a little quick here. Let's do a little intermission. So like the first video said, please, comments are going to be on YouTube. I need to protect my personal time. I have a lot going on. The next project I'm probably going to start working on is we're going to start creating our own passport books and passport cards for the Nation of the Amnesty Coalition. They're going to be so fucking badass. I want to get holograms. I want to do it all. I want it to be completely usable for international travel. I want it to be completely usable for identification purposes, for traveling purposes, for everything. I want to become part of the UN, possibly. We're going to have talks about that. I know a lot of you think the UN is the most evil thing in the world. Maybe it is. But I want to at least go down that path in more detail and kind of see what we have and what options we have. So there's a lot of projects and a lot of things that I want to do. And you guys sending me fucking dumbass piece of shit fucking messages of shit I've already fucking covered a million times into my email box is just, it's just getting to be too much, bro. 2 hours. When I release this course, it's going to be 4 hours if I don't do something about it. And then it's going to be 6 hours a day. I'm not doing it, bro. I'll shut my goddamn email off if I have to. So please respect that, and please follow the rules. You need to go through all the comments, and you need to check and see if your question's already been answered, and if it has, you can continue the conversation right there, boom, on that same thread. If it hasn't been asked, put a new comment, and I will be focusing more on right now I just kind of randomly answer anybody anywhere. After this is released 2.0, I'm going to put a lot, like 90 80% chance that if it's on YouTube, I'll interact with it, and basically like a 1% chance if it's anywhere else, I'm going to do anything with it at all whatsoever. So doing that on purpose to protect my time and to continue to be able to release this information for you guys and give away the information for free and kind of do what we're doing and blah, 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 right? Now, if you're going to fill it out like this, you're going to check box 2, a non-citizen national of the United States, right? And then you're going to put your passport number, I guess. I don't know. Oh, if you check item number 4. Okay. So skip that. Signature of employee. Oh, cool. You can type in here without prejudice, without recourse, by. Now in law, \S/ means signature, right? The problem is they're probably going to want you to sign by hand, right? So I will type in here what you're going to write by hand. You could do something like this. Boom. Oh, that just gave me a little bit of a chubby, guys. Oh, Lord. That just gave me a bit of a chubby. That is perfect. Delish. Okay. Now, by hand, you wouldn't write this \S \. \S / means a legal signature on a digital document, basically, right? You would actually handwrite just this part here. And you would write this part here, like this, right? That's fucking insane. Document, this is going to be for the employer, I think. If you look at the list of acceptable documents, right? The documents have to have an expiration and has to be unexpired, right? Now, if you look here, you have to prove 2 things in order to work for like corporate and other horse shit. You work for me, you're never going to fill out any of this because I'm not in the United States. But you know, this whole course is to help you live a normal life. I'm trying to help you live a normal life. You don't need to live in a cave in Arkansas, okay? Bro, I live like normal as fuck. I do every goddamn thing that a corporate American does. Everything. I have access to everything. I can go and get disability. I can go and get food stamps right now. I can go and get, I could be on $6,000 a month in free shit from the government if I wanted to. I don't do that because it's just not honorable, and I sure as fuck don't need it, and I feel like it would fuck with my mojo, my head a little bit. It's a very like, mindset. It's a very like, but whatever. If you feel like fuck it, I've been paying into the system forever and I should get disability and food stamps and all that, go for it. It's a personal, again, your contracts are defined by value and consideration. If you feel as though, you've put a lot in and you deserve the value and consideration of having, these things back to you or whatever, I'm not going to judge you on that. Truly, especially if you are going to be giving something valuable into the society and delivering something of value into the society. And if you turn around and share this information or teach it kind of in your own way, that's very, very valuable. I'm not here to judge you. Trust me. Judgment, just by the way, on a little side note, when you sit around and judge people, it's like it requires a lot of energy. And like people sit around and they judge and they judge and they judge and they think they're so fucking cool and egotistical. I'm like, yeah, check me out. I got a big dick. I judge people, blah, blah. But like, bro, that shit's exhausting and like dumb. Like we don't have, the whole society is crumbling and burning at our feet. Like we don't have time to do that. I don't see that as being, anyways. I just think that's ridiculous. So anyways, let's get back into this. I'm not here to judge you. Do whatever you want. Point number 1 of list A is a U.S. passport or U.S. passport card. That's all you need. You need nothing else. That's good for 10 years. You don't need anything else, bro. You get your passport, you are solid, right? So if they put in here list A U.S. passport, you know, and you could type that in for them. It looks like this is more or less their section, but you could type it in. And then, yeah, authorized representative. So they have to type this in. So you can give them a U.S. passport. What's the exact terminology? U.S. passport or U.S. passport card, or you can give them the U.S. passport card. Boom. You are done. You are done. It's that simple. I would fill that out for them. Give them a photo of your U.S. passport or your U.S. passport card. When they say U.S. passport, what they're saying is U.S. passport book, okay? When they say U.S. passport card, they're saying the card. So book, card. Card is card. Book doesn't have the word book in it, okay? So today's date, you know, write that in. This is the I-9. This looks like it's for other bullshit we don't need. Okay, good. So there's your I-9, okay? Now, let's say you're having trouble with the W-8BEN. They're going to fire you. Everything's going to shit. You can do what's called a W-4 exempt. Okay, we're going to go down to the instructions. Let me see if I can. This is a bit. Let me just see here. Exempt. Can we look that up? Oh, hello. Exemption from withholding. Blah, 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 blah. I've had people tell me, oh, well, I can because of this and I can't because of this. If it were me, I'm not telling you what to do. I don't give a fuck about any of this. To claim exemption from withholding, certify you meet both conditions above by writing exempt on Form W-4 in the space below 4C. Then complete A1, 1A, 1B, and 5. It also says here, that was kind of interesting. You will need to submit a new W-4. So every year you need to submit another one of these, I guess. That's what I'm seeing here, right? I'm a little bit lackadaisical when it comes to this. I would just write, here's 4C. Bro, I would write the biggest goddamn exempt fucking word. Now, you got to think to yourself, if you don't read the instructions, you would never know this. This is a secret hack, bro. This is A, B, A, C, A, B, B, up, down, left, right, Mortal Kombat blood code, brother. From 1993, 1992. Because the thing is that there's nothing here. You would never know to write exempt here unless you read the instructions. Exempt. I'd write that goddamn thing in fucking different colors for every goddamn letter. Rainbow, it'd be gay pride, it'd be June all year round for me. I'd be the happiest goddamn sucking dick all day long. I'd be riding that, I'd be playing that dick like a fucking flute, bro. Exempt. I mean, all that across here. Exempt, brother. You know, fucking, you know, step into a Slim Jim. Exempt, brother. Up here, first name, middle initial, Brandon, J. I don't like middle initial, but they're being specific. All right. I'm not a big fan of that. Social security number. That would be NA there, brother. Address. 123 Purple Monkey Lane. I don't know. Fuck it. I would just do this and kind of just see what happens. Pickletaria, brother. The Nation of the Amnesty Coalition. Single. Proudly single. Sub ladies. Hit me up. Real quick for all the ladies that are here who just saw me click single. If you go to www.myfaceisachair.com, it goes straight to your boy's website. Bada bing, bada boom. Here's my bio page. So, you know, myfaceisthecheer.com. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, so scrolling down, we got a W-4 here. We got a W-4. We're going to go exempt. Now, the problem with the W-4 exempt is you can't really do it online. You got to print this bad boy off. You got to write with a pen or a crayon right here, right? Below 4C. Let's take a look again. What we got? Did I miss it? Exemption from withholding. Writing exempt below step 4C. Yeah, you have to physically write the goddamn thing in, bro. It's hack. Dude, this is blood code Mortal Kombat 1 for all my 37 plus people, 35-year-old plus people, or 30 or 40 plus year old people. I don't know. I was probably playing Mortal Kombat way of it to you, of age. I was playing Mortal Kombat at like 6 or 7 years old. I probably shouldn't have been, right? Probably sneaking behind my mom's back, like, oh, I'm going to rip this fucking cocksucker's head off. Sub-Zero style, you know what I'm saying? So what we got here? Multiply this by 2,000, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I just put zeros in a lot of these. Step 4, optional. Claim dependence. I don't know. Go through this and fill this out. I'm not going to go through. This is like painful for me to go through. It's painful for you to go through, but just put, I don't know, zero. I don't know. Now I'm just kind of doing this just to let you know. I would definitely recommend that you look into this a little bit more. But I'm just kind of doing this real quick here. You got to write exempt here, bro, underneath 4C in big fucking monster letters, dude. You got to circle that shit or whatever, right? Under penalties of perjury, I certify that. And then, bro, like, the way I look at this is this. Look, I could write anything in here, bro. I could write $4 million, fuck you. I could write $300 million here, fuck you. I could do anything. If I sign this, without recourse, without prejudice. Now for this one, I would do it like this. Like that, right? Now, the way I look at it is this. If I sign without recourse and I sign without prejudice and I sign as the man, you can't sue me. Without recourse means you can't sue me. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, whatever, fuck it. Click here, click there, whatever. Like, I don't care. And I know, like, most people who are going to be watching this are going to be, like, freaking out, sweating, dying because they're, like, so nervous about what they're typing here, blah, blah, blah. You should go through all this and read all this. I don't do it because I've got an all caps trademark. I've got a court order stating that you can't write my name in all capital letters. I went to the Social Security Administration and beat the shit out of them for like a month and a half to make them change my whole account from U.S. citizen to other, which is normally for refugees and asylees. I've done so much shit, bro. So much shit. Plus, I want to sign without recourse and without prejudice. Bro, you ain't going to fucking touch me with all the money and all the force in the world, bro. You ain't touching me. Unless there's some actual victim and the victim presses charges, which that's not what this is. You ain't ever going to see me. I ain't ever going nowhere. So for me, I get a little bit lackadaisical, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is that you really should go through this and kind of understand this and all that and take your time and see what this is, and do I need to type this in and this and that, and then I certify under penalty of perjury, blah blah blah. This is where you're going to do this without recourse, without prejudice, by : and if you want to be even more tricky, you can go like this. You can go Williams, Brandon, Joe, comma man. That's even better. Because it separates out the spelling of the word, of the letters between you and the ens legis, right? That's pretty nice. Pretty nice, right? Employers only. You got to put a date. And then you got employers only. That's for them. That's it. Now, I want to tell you guys about something I was thinking about the other day. And I understand there's a lot of people who they do the W-8BEN, they do the I-9. Oh, again, do not use the W-4T. I'm going to come back to me. Do not use the W-4T. 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 There we go. I need to do that. That's good. That's good. And then what do we have here? We have okay. Now let's let Brandon go to the next level, which is like a level that no one's ever seen before. Okay. Fine. So let's say that you've done the W-8BEN and the I-9. Everyone went ape shit. You did the W-4T, not the W-4T. You did the W-4 exempt, and everyone still went ape shit, which is actually pretty rare. Almost everybody, I mean, the W-8BEN, let's come back to me. I want to do a full screen on this. This is important. So 2 years, thousands of situations, right? The W-8BEN is a pretty hit or miss. I would say like 45% of the time you can get a W-8BEN done. Now, I'll tell you what. If I got a W-8BEN done, I would be buying my employer dinner, bro. For real. For real, for real. Like, that's like... I'd have my head buried between somebody's legs. Seriously, like that's fucking dope. Not that you need to suck someone off because they follow the law. I'm just saying like it's just cool that they're just like willing to not be scared little bitch cocksucker pieces of shit. I would definitely be like high five energy, edible arrangements, Applebee's, gift certificate, like for sure, bro. Like let's go to the Olive Garden. I'm getting you, unlimited salad and breadsticks, for sure. Now, after that, people have a hard time with that, and then they go into the W-4 exempt, right? Now, W-4 exempt is like a very high percentage of success, very low level of chaos, 80 to 85% success, okay? Now, let's say you get through the W-8BEN and you get through the W-4. That's going to be, let me just make a quick note here. I'm going to pause the video for just 1 second. So at that point, I was going to write this down, but actually we should just go over it right now. At that point, I have a pretty strong document, right? Resources and documents, pretty strong document here. You're going to go down to the bottom here, and you're going to go to sample cover letter for employees submitting the W-8BEN and I-9. This is strong, bro. This is like kind of bashing their skull in a little bit. Okay, so you can go this route if you want. You can go on here and download this document, and you can look it over. And this is a very strong document, bro. This is like hitting him with a lead pipe, okay? So if you want to use the W-8BEN and the I-9 and they deny you and you're like not willing to go the W-4 exempt for some reason, you can use this document. Pretty intense document. I'd be a little bit, fine. It's fine. You can read through this and you can use it and blah, blah, blah. If you're willing to go a little bit softer, you go W-4 exempt. Okay. Now, if they still will not let you, and I've never, ever, ever talked about this ever in anything, any shows, all the shows, never, ever, ever have I talked about this. What you're going to do is at the end of the year, you want to keep track of all the money that's gone into your, all the negotiable, it's not money, it's negotiable instruments, it's currency. Or funds, all of the currency or funds, the Federal Reserve notes that have gone away from you, paying for these so-called taxes. At the end of the year, now you don't need to, as far as I'm concerned, you don't need to hire an accountant for this. You would fill out what's called a 1040 NR, right? And I'm not going to go through every single box on this because I just don't care. This is only for like 10% of people who have some cocksuckery job where they won't even accept the W-4 exempt, some horrifying corporate shithole. It's a prison. It's a prison. You shouldn't even be there. Why are you there? Why are you giving your energy to vampiric, disease, toxic, riddled pieces of shit anyways? Please leave. I'm not going to cover this in extreme detail because you shouldn't be there. If you're watching all of these videos and you would like to take action and you're enjoying these videos, why are you there? Why? You shouldn't be there. So I'm not going to cover this in excruciating detail because the real problem is that you have this scarcity mindset to be in this shithole that you know you're not supposed to be there, and you're worried because you think you've got a dog or you've got a girlfriend or a wife or kids or whatever. You're a good person, and you're worried about all these people around you, when the thing is that the people around you can only be as happy and as healthy as you are, okay? And if you're really that unhappy and you're really gone this far and you still can't get, you're going to be a prisoner forever, man. You're going to be in prison forever. If you go down the road I'm about ready to show you, you're going to be in prison forever, and I don't recommend it. But I'm going to show it to you anyways, just in case, okay? And if you need, Brandon, I just need 5 months, Brandon. I just need 5 months. That's all I need, 5-6 months, and then I'm solid. My wife's pregnant. She's 3 months pregnant. I need 6 months. I got you, brother. I got you, brother. So at the end of the year, you're going to have all your shit worked out, and you're going to fill out a 1040 NR. You're going to go through here and fill out all this information. Again, I'm going to go through this super fast because I think it's not good. It's not a healthy situation to be in. And you're going to fill out, now look at this, income effectively connected with U.S. trade or business. My God. My God. That means government office. Okay? So you're going to put zeros through most of this. Again, I'm just going to speed through this. Zeros through almost everything. You don't have much of anything for anything, right? And if you want to go through this and break it down into greater, dependence and fucking your kids and all, I mean, whatever. That's up to you. I'm not going to get into all this. That's just going to piss me off. This is way too far in the weeds for me. You're going to fill this out 0, 0, 0, everything 0, everything 0. And then somewhere in here is going to be like how much you've paid throughout the year. I don't know where that's going to be at. You're going to put that somewhere maybe down here. Payments. There we go. Federal income tax withheld from W-2, 1099, other forms. You're going to put all your shit in here, all the shit that you paid, right? And then down here, it's going to say refund. This is how much you overpaid. You overpaid everything. Every penny was overpaid. If you paid 30 grand into your taxes and you're a non-resident alien, you didn't make anything from a trade or business, your refund's going to be 30 fucking grand. It's asking you, where would you like this refund to be at? It's got your routing number, your account number. If you want a refund check mailed to an address outside the United States, right? And then how much would you like to be applied to your next year? Do you want to apply that? That's like some used car dealership, bro. You want to apply that to your next year, brother? You could do that too, I suppose. And then amount you owe. So shockingly, it would be 0, right? And that's it. Very simple. You don't need an accountant, bro. Trust me. Why would you need an accountant for this? There's a bunch of words here you don't understand. I got it. If you need a year or two, Brandon, I need 1 year. I need 1 year. Brandon, I need 2 years. Learn these various things. Put zeros all the way down the page. Click the boxes that need to be clicked. And then put how much you paid. And then for a refund, put the refund in here. Put your information in here. And then where are you going to sign? occupation, phone number, address, and then signature. Signature is going to be the same thing, bro. It's going to be Without Recourse, Without Prejudice by Brandon Joe Williams, the man. And you guys watching this, a lot of you new people who have never seen my stuff before, you're going to say they will never, ever, ever do any of this. I thought the same thing, bro. I thought the same thing. Shockingly, they will. It's a voluntary system. They'll do anything you 26 CFR 601.602, 26 CFR 601.602. Subsection A. Let me just scroll down in case my head's in the way. The tax system is based on voluntary compliance, and the taxpayers complete and return the forms with payment of any tax owed. I mean, the way I understand things and the way I fill things out, I'll affidavit penalty of perjury all day long. I am 100% sure that I'm filling this shit out correctly for me as an individual. Now, under penalty of perjury, I declare that I have examined this return and accompanying schedules and statements to the best of my knowledge and belief. They are true, correct, and complete. Declaration of preparer other than taxpayer is based on, that's for if you're using an accountant or whatever. So if you're okay with this statement and penalties of perjury, which I am 1,000,000,000% okay with what I just told you, I'll sign this shit all day, all night. You're the one who needs to be comfortable with this. Okay, so remember, without prejudice and without recourse, very powerful ways to sign. Very, very powerful ways to sign. Okay. Withholding agents. Let's go on to the next part of this. So we've got 26 USC 7701. Let me see if I can find the definition of withholding agent here. Withholding. Well, look at that. Withholding agent means any person required to deduct and withhold any tax, right? These are your treasury departments, your HR departments, the people who pull the money out of your account and pull the money out of your paycheck. They're only required to withhold if they're fucking sub corporations of the government, as we've already seen through trade and business, right? So the whole withholding agent thing is a total scam, bro. If you're withholding on behalf of your employees, if you're a business owner yourself, I mean, I haven't withheld on behalf of my employees in a long time because my trust is not. It's a foreign trust. It's not a domestic trust. It's not a government corporation or a trade or business. So we work for free. This is slavery. Being a withholding agent, you're not getting anything in exchange from the IRS for withholding on behalf of the IRS. That's called slavery. Something for nothing is called slavery, right? Again, let me just do this again, just to be sure. Do not use the W-4T. W-4T as in Tom. Do not use it. Do not look it up. Do not message me about it. Do not use it. Do not message me about it. If you message me about it, I'll block you. Okay, last thing on this video. If you are concerned about information that you send in, if you send things in certified mail and they sign for it, if you send in anything and you're worried and time goes by and you don't hear anything for months or years and you're a little bitch and you're worried and worried and worried and worried and worried and worried and Brandon, I'm so worried and I'm so worried and I'm so worried. I don't think it's healthy to be in that situation. Once you send in the information and once you send in the orders and once you send in the clarifications, once they sign for it, just assume it was done already. These people are below you. Government and corporations follow your directions and your orders. They are not above you. They are below you. And if you have anxiety and if you have upset regarding the fact that you believe that these things and these corporate entities, these foreign corporate entities are above you, you have been brainwashed and you need to, recenter yourself. But despite that, the answer to your question, if you're ultra worried about hearing back from an agency, don't write them and beg them and call them. You're going to write what's called a Freedom of Information Act request. And by law, they have to respond usually within 10 days. They respond to all my FOIAs. I mean, you're going to be very calm, you're going to be very short, and you're going to be very direct, and you're going to be very unemotional. And actually, I am going to take this document you see right here, and I haven't done it yet. Shit, I was going to do it. I forgot. And I'm going to make this document a free document on the Amnesty Coalition page as just a generic, Freedom of Information Act request document. So, but you can find Freedom of Information Act request documents all over the internet. This is not anything particularly exciting or unique or rare or, oh my God, Brandon has done something incredible. This is pretty simple. And you're either going to fax it in or mail it in, depending on almost every agency has some sort of laws or local statutes that you can follow in terms of where to mail or fax these. Sometimes you can even call it in. I'm not a big fan of calling things in because I like to have, you're going to see later in the course, everything that we're doing is leading up to litigation, right? So the more of a paper trail that we have that shows all the evidence and the timelines and all the good stuff, the better the litigation is going to go. So personally, I recommend that you keep a paper trail and keep everything in writing, emails, faxing, mailing. If you don't want to deal with any of that and you say, Brandon, I'm never going to litigate, I might change your mind later in the course, actually. But if not, just call them and just ask them for a Freedom of Information Act request over the phone. And if you want to ask the IRS if they've processed your revocation of election, if you want to ask the DMV if they've processed your, I just went into the DMV a couple of days ago. I have a bunch of documents that I got through a Freedom of Information Act request and stuff that I'm going to be showing you guys as we get into the cars and all that section of this course. I collected a lot of information to show you guys, a lot of good stuff. So we're going to get into all that. But if you're really worried about all that, just do a FOIA request. Just keep it really short, really, really simple. Don't get emotional. Don't ask. Don't call. Don't beg. Just send a FOIA request. Just please. Very, very simple. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. If it costs more than $20, call me. $50. I'll pay $50. I need evidence on a couple things. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Really appreciate it. Very simple. Very, very simple. I'll put this up for you guys so you guys can have a really simple FOIA request document. So we've been going for, it feels like forever, but I think it's been like an hour and 18 minutes. It's so funny. It's so much shorter than the last course. Let me just double check everything here. Don't use the W-4T. Not sure if I mentioned that yet. Don't do that. That's stupid. That was a stupid mistake on my part. Yeah. FOIA request is how you collect evidence. So if you want to go on the litigation route, which you're going to see a lot more about that later on in the course, FOIA requests. Collect that info. Send one FOIA request. They send back like, we don't know, we don't have anything. Change the wording here a little bit. Send another one of the same thing. FOIA request there, brother. Keep it easy, keep it short, keep it simple, keep it kind. FOIA request. Okay, bro. I think that's it for video number 5 on this one. I will see you guys on video number 6.